All right, everybody. We're going to break our weekly habit of doing just NFL videos because we've been meaning to do something like this for a while. So here it goes.
Groundbreaking developments?
I would say openings or
groundbreaking rumors.
I would say like possibilities.
Yeah, possibilities. Today is Wednesday. No, today's Thursday, December 21st. So yesterday,
2017.
Yeah, yesterday, Wednesday the 20th. If you got on Twitter at all, you might have noticed that Floyd Mayweather was trending once again. You know, pretty normal, once a year, once every 2 years. And he is reportedly, supposedly, the rumor is he might be in contract negotiations with the UFC.
Now, before you... We realize that this is...
Let's just stop right there.
We realize that this is a very promoter type thing to do. Just say something like this, get a bunch of people listening, and it's like, okay, now we have them. Now whichever way we go, we got them listening.
Yeah.
So we completely know the promoter side. We're just saying we needed a topic.
And by the way,
we talked about NFL too much. We want to do one of these.
And by the way, if you go back and watch our Mayweather versus McGregor recap video after the fight was over, we done our version of the recap. P Reviews is the first to be on record to say Floyd Mayweather is absolutely not done. That was in there, so
yeah, we were like
that's funny. Retiring, that's a good one.
Funny.
So, we've heard that 16 times. So here we go again. He is supposedly saying that. So Dana White apparently broke the news, I guess, to BJ Penn and Joe Rogan, a couple of these guys, saying that him and Floyd have been talking, and he's telling Floyd it might not be a good idea because it's a little bit. Not your sport, but I mean, maybe. And Floyd's like, no, I want to do it. That's Dana White's side. Floyd's side is, I never said that. But if I wanted to go do 3 or 4 fights and make a couple $1 million, I could do it if I wanted to.
Absolutely. Well, the thing is, it makes great business sense. In a sense, but not really. Because it's like, wouldn't it make more business sense to go do what you just can do like that and not have any risk, really at all? Like if you pick the right opponent, you're going to win. But I mean, it will create some buzz.
The problem is, I don't know if there's an opponent he can win against.
I'm talking about boxing.
Oh, boxing.
I'm saying he can go to boxing.
Yeah.
Just handpick who he wants. He knows he can beat this person. It'll be easy. He still make probably just as much as he'll make in the UFC. I think he is almost I don't know. I think he's kind of tired of doing the same old stuff. If that's really what he's going to do, I kind of don't think he's going to do it. I think it's I think
this is definitely a stretch.
I think it's completely a stretch. I think it's let's all create a bunch of buzz, and we're gonna. We're going to get a bunch of eyes on us real quick because we're going to say something just so bold. It's like, I don't think it's going to happen, but I was clicking on the videos and looking and watching and following everything and being really,
Well, I mean, I think you could almost look at it just like the Mayweather versus McGregor thing. Like, at first it was completely like I think it was Conan O'Brien, asked McGregor, 3 years ago or 4 years ago. He was like, what would happen if you boxed Floyd? And Conor's like, I'd win. And then, it was about a year later, Floyd's like, nah, funny. And then he tweeted out the picture, Nate Diaz choking Conor, and then
that was funny.
It's like one thing, it was this big, and then it got a little bit bigger, and then it happened. So
yeah, well, the thing is, usually when it's something like this, just that's a prime example. It's usually this is kind of ridiculous, but there's some type of truth to it. Do I think he will never make a paycheck from the UFC? I don't think so.
Nah,
I think he'll either be part of their promotional thing, some type of like I've heard they're gonna do a little boxing extension.
Apparently, the little
he
rumor
could be the head of that thing.
Yeah, apparently the rumor is so Dana White and WME have incorporated a
a business relationship type.
Yeah, it's called Zuffa Boxing is the name of the I think it's like Reebok is for UFC MMA. I think Zuffa's like a boxing like Everlast and Granite Gloves. I think it's something like that. So apparently they're gonna in 2018. The rumor is UFC wants to dip into opening maybe a boxing division, but under the UFC brand. And I could see Floyd coming back and doing, and it could even be maybe not boxing, maybe kickboxing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of possibilities. I just don't think he'll ever be in a UFC fight, a standard UFC fight with any type of credible opponent. I think they could easily do a little hybrid type match, or even have just a complete boxing division, let Floyd run that whole thing, or coach people, or have
or even fight in it.
They could even have a little reality TV show or something about these guys are gonna
like the Ultimate Fighter,
the Ultimate Fighter, but with a little boxing extension or something. I think they could do that, but I mean, I wouldn't even be that shocked if Floyd did some type of, like you're saying, kickboxing, like very really controlled environment, maybe like with headgear or something like that. Like I wouldn't be shocked. Like a really controlled like exhibition, almost sparring type thing.
Yeah, I think it's extremely unlikely that he has a full on mixed martial arts fight. Like I think that's a little far stretched. I'm not saying it's not possible. He could definitely do it, but I mean like. The problem is, I think Floyd is a smart man, and I don't think
that's what my whole thing.
I think he knows that, like, you know, I'm a fighter, but I don't. He knows that's not his game. Like,
yeah, that's my whole thing.
He knows that's so much not his game that like it's such a I mean, I hate to say it because I mean I respect Floyd. I think he knows it just. Completely embarrass him if he tried it.
Like, it would just shatter his, like it's like he has really not that much to gain really from this.
There's literally
the only thing to gain is like, oh, Floyd did this, is cool. Like even if he wins, like, oh, okay, cool, he won, whatever. If he loses, oh, I can't believe Floyd. He should have hung it up. All this, he's 50-0, doesn't mean anything now. It's like don't do all that.
Like he'd literally have to go in there and land just a starch punch. Like he'd have to just starch something.
I mean, and but the other side of it, I do really like. I hate these people that are like Floyd has no like he wouldn't be able to do anything in the UFC and all like. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be like a decent MMA fighter, but it's like you have his like boxing background. Like you're gonna be like halfway decent.
The guy
like, he's not gonna get beat in like 2 seconds.
The guy getting in there with him is gonna feel the pressure of Floyd Mayweather, and he's gonna be like, okay, now I'm representing the UFC in this thing. Like I hope I don't.
Yeah,
I don't get caught. Like I'm
sure he would lose. I'm not saying he's gonna win. I'm saying he's not gonna get like. I mean, boxing. There's like a lot of MMA.
Like Floyd's not gonna go fight a guy from the 155-pound division.
No, yeah, exactly.
The 155-pound division in the UFC is probably the most talented fight division of any brand of fighting out there right now. Like I mean, you got guys like Conor and Tony and Khabib and Eddie Alvarez. Like he's
Kevin Lee and all those.
Nate Diaz is a 55er. Like you're not getting
even
in there
Nick Diaz really sometimes. But yeah,
you're not getting in there with those guys. Like he'd fight a guy like I could see him fighting like a TJ like. Not fighting TJ Dillashaw, a guy like TJ Dillashaw who's a 135 pounder who could bump up 10 pounds to 45, and Floyd might could cut to 45. He'd do that easy because he rated in with McGregor at what, like 50 or 48?
148.5 or something weird.
He could cut to 45 easy. So that's saying if he would do the martial art fight. But
I think people are kind of like shortening him, like really discrediting him. Like he's such a good boxer, he'd be
He'd be an okay striker.
Like he'd be at least an okay striker. I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna beat anybody. I'm just saying he wouldn't get like people are saying he would embarrass in 2 seconds and all that. Like he is a professional fighter, guys. In some regard.
I feel confident enough to say that if he let's say he would sign a 3-fight contract and he fought 3 fights, he's gonna lose 3 fights. Like
I'm just saying I don't think he's gonna get beaten like 30 seconds like every single time like people are making it sound. I mean, CM Punk went like 2 minutes with Mickey Gall, and I'm just here to tell you
he was a professional wrestler.
This
guy's a legitimate fighter.
This is all different. There's nobody's gonna outbox him. If he fights a boxer and that's all they really do, he could actually have like a decent showing.
If he fights a guy with not very good takedowns.
If he fights a guy kind of like that only boxes, he could get in there and like look halfway okay.
All it would take was learn some takedown defense, learn how to block a kick. With Floyd, though, I think the only thing is he uses his gloves in boxing, block a lot of punches. I mean, you're going to literally just the back of your palm is the only thing that has a glove on at this point. But I mean, still, he knows how to block a punch. Teach him to block a kick.
He's quick too. I mean, it's going to be hard to There's not really anybody.
Teach him a little takedown defense. I think it's too late in Floyd's life to learn kicking, to learn how to kick and learn. I mean, he might could learn how to take a guy down, but he'd have to take him down and learn how to fully be on top. He'd have to learn top mount only. He'd have to do the thing where he just learns these 5 things, and those are the only 5 things I do. But I'm going to perfect those.
Yeah, I think he could go. I'm going to outbox anybody. Absolutely. I'm going to learn 2 kicks.
He's have to learn that.
I'm going to learn 2 or 3 kicks, just really basic stuff, just so I can at least say I have that in my arsenal, and then mainly work on defense. There's nobody who's going to outbox Floyd. If he fights a pure boxer, it could actually be kind of interesting fight. He probably won't win still, but
yeah.
And by the way, I don't even think it'll be 8 exhibition match. I think it'll be just enough so we get a little taste of what it would be like if he did do it, without it being official fight or a on record type thing.
It'll be interesting.
I think it'd be more of a sparring kind of thing.
It'd be interesting to see if
or a coaching. I don't think he'll be in there in the octagon. Is what I'm saying. I think it'll be more of a what do you call it? A overseeing slash I don't even know. Like, I think he'll be more involved, like, higher up if he does anything.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if in the next coming months, maybe like the next
like an ambassador. That's what I was trying to think of.
The next like 3 months, if like Floyd does like, let's say Instagram's out a video of him like rolling around on the mat wrestling.
That would be very interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
The thing is, it's like it's so much easier to go like if you're like come from an amateur wrestling background than like a boxing background. I think like.
Yeah.
It's just so much easier because if you're a wrestler, you can kind of learn how to strike. If you're a boxer, you can't really just learn how to wrestle. Like
yeah, and see the thing is, this crossover's happened before. Like
and it hasn't been very kind.
It's never been very good to the boxers, but I don't think we've ever had a boxer of Floyd's caliber do it. Like,
that's true, yeah. Because most of the other guys that have done it were like
they were they were good boxers.
They were like okay boxers, but they were just big stout guys who like weren't even the best technical boxers. Like
yeah,
Floyd is a whole different dynamic. If they do this, like it's got like you can't compare it to any of the other ones.
Yeah, it's not compared. It's just like when Conor went to the boxing world. It's like you can't compare it to anything that's ever happened. Like it's not like whenever Muhammad Ali fought Antonio Inoki, and it's not like that. Like it's like.
But one thing, like it will draw.
It will.
Now, if they do like a 3-fight deal, the problem is it's going to draw really, really well the first time, and then everyone's like, "Oh, I already saw it."
Yeah,
and then they're just gonna watch it. Either you're gonna watch it for free, they're gonna watch the highlights, or just
it'd be
like,
super hard. It'd be super hard to like. It's not even. You literally could not even promote the first one. It'll promote itself. Floyd in an MMA fight, promoting itself.
Yeah, like you. But I feel like the first one will be killer numbers.
The second one is gonna be
the rest of them.
The second one would be really, really hard to promote, even if he was fighting. I mean, you could give him nobody a free fight, a guy on the free card. You know, you could give him anybody. It'd be hard to promote it. The only way you could sell a third one is if, like, I hate to even say this, but if you followed it up with a Conor McGregor fight.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the only way you could sell the third one. It doesn't, because everybody knows what's going to happen. They literally don't care. They want to see it.
Yeah, it's just like when CM Punk did his like 3-fight deal. It's like we all saw it, and like it's like he lost. He's probably not going to be that great. I don't care to see it.
Yeah, like
it's not like when Brock or like some of these other guys win.
It's almost like
they win, and you're like, or they almost won at least. So you're like, okay, they were pretty solid. I want to see that again. I want to see them get used to this.
Yeah.
Like you got to have some type of
like CM Punk's next fight is.
I won't even like care to watch. I'll watch that for free maybe.
Yeah, like I'll wait till it's free to watch it. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way to pay $60.
But like you gotta go like Brock or like Bobby Lashley or guys that like went over and they like showed like some decent skills and like
Batista.
some promise. Like I want to see like okay that was pretty good. Like let's see what happens when he gets used to it. Rather than CM Punk, he was so awful. It's like
he won't get used
like
to it.
Just stop. Go back to WWE. They need you there way more than
Floyd could. The thing about Floyd is no one knows. Literally, there's not a there's not. I'm not gonna say there's not a human being. There is a collective handful of people, 5 to 8 people, who know if Floyd his whole life could have been just secretly training this kind of stuff. I mean, we don't.
Well, I mean,
you can't say he has.
Yeah, like the thing is, it's like, dude, the man is so athletic. Like, I mean, I know he kind of fights like a really, really defensive boxing style, but I mean, you can't say he's not one of the, if not best boxers ever. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, boxing's a very good portion of the MMA world. Like. You can't say he'd be absolutely terrible, like, and I have no chance of winning. Like,
yeah, I
don't think he's gonna win. I think if he did a 3-fight deal, he'll lose 3 fights, and I don't think it'll be. I don't think he gets out of the first round. But like these people saying, oh, he'll lose in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I almost like.
No, he will. Like, come on.
It's so early that I couldn't even predict who they'd put him in there with. Like.
They don't even know, honestly.
Yeah, like I couldn't imagine who you'd put him in there with this early on. Like I couldn't even like the names that go through my. I can't imagine him. The problem is I don't know who he'd be willing to sign to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd have to probably read all this guy's credentials, read all his strengths, read his weaknesses, and then like Floyd's just he's a smart guy. He's not going to do anything.
I think they should just let him box again.
But I also don't think that Floyd would be hyping this if he didn't feel confident in himself.
And Floyd's shown that he's willing to do a lot of things. Like he fought the awkward, like, left-handed, UFC guy. He's went to WWE before. He's fought all these different crazy people. Like, he showed that, like...
He's moved all around.
He showed that he's moved weight classes. He's done all this stuff. Like, I mean, he's giving people rematches. He's done it all. Like, this is the only thing he hasn't done.
Yeah, this is... And I think that's why he's almost interested. Like, I think that's why he's sitting there, like... Floyd's not telling me he's not thinking about it. Like, he couldn't convince me he's not even considering it. The way he's trying to make people think. Like,
the only reason I don't think he'll do it is because he has everything to lose and nothing really to gain. And it's like, he's 40. If he was 28 years old, this would be serious.
He'd be doing it.
Like, yeah, if the UFC was a little bit bigger, that might have already happened. But they just got big. it's kind of like what's there really to gain. But at the same time, it's not like 15, 20 years ago where it's like, oh, he's 40, okay, hang it up. Like today's world is a different place. 40-year-old people, it's like
they're 30-year-olds.
I mean, you got Tom Brady is 40 years old. Brock Lesnar's 40 years old. Like you got GSP's like what 41 or something like that, or 38. Or
he's like 30. He's young actually. As crazy as it sounds.
He's just been around so long. You got a lot of like old fighters out there. Like it's really not that like as crazy as it sounds. Especially boxers, you can just box forever.
Well, especially a guy who like Floyd, who's not taken damage his whole career. I mean, he's never really taken damage, really ever.
Yeah, I mean it's a different world though. Like
never been knocked down, never been knocked out.
The aging process is very crazy. Like nowadays,
he's boxed 50 fights. He's had 50 boxing matches. He's never been knocked down, not even once.
Yeah, he's never been. If he hasn't been knocked down, he hasn't been knocked out.
Yeah.
So he's probably had. I mean, I don't want to say no concussions. He hasn't had like a ton of concussions.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's gotten a concussion.
I'm sure he's taken
before.
1 or 2 in practice and.
But I mean, I'm sure his concussion amount of concussions is really not like as crazy as anybody else.
I mean, it's not absolutely. It is not astronomical to think we could one day in our lifetime see Floyd Mayweather in an octagon. That's not astronomical.
I think there's like a 3% chance, but I would like you said, that's not like 3% is. Maybe like a little 5%. I'll give a little bump up.
I'll give it 15 to 20.
I'll give it a 5% chance of an actual standard like every other fight we watch.
I think like
there's a decent chance we'll get some type of like taste of like.
There's an 80% chance Floyd Mayweather is gonna fight again. I think of some kind.
I think he'll definitely like at least do something again. Like there's no way he's just gonna go sit at the house. And same thing with Conor. That's why I'm so tired of these people like, oh, he made a lot of money. He's gonna go sit at the house now. Floyd's made 10 times what he's made, and he's still He's still 40 years old. He's about to go in the UFC.
I heard somebody compare it to Tom Brady the other day. Tom Brady, you think he's made $100 million a couple times?
Exactly. Yeah. These like people don't understand. They just think of the way they just think like if they had that money, you're not like like.
Once you get that money, you adjust your lifestyle, and you're like, man, I'm kind of running out. I'd like to have $100 million again. That'd be nice.
Exactly.
All I got to do. It's like Conor. Conor got his $100 million from that fight. He could fight once a year in the UFC and make $20 to $30 million each time. One day of your life to make $30 million a year.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Do that for the next 6 years. Conor has 6 fights left in him. Like I don't care what anybody. He has 5 to 6.
I think he could be more than that. I mean, it's like, what's he gonna do? He's 28 years old. Like
Conor McGregor. The people who are fans of Conor McGregor before this version of Conor McGregor we have now, the real Conor McGregor is too prideful to hang it up.
That's another thing. It's like, and he's like Floyd really very, very goal oriented and very adventurous. Like
Floyd is too. He's too prideful. You can't just hang it up. You can't do it. Like.
And how do you go home and sit on the couch and watch all these other guys that you're probably like, I'm better than him and he's in my spot?
Yeah, when you've trained your brain for in Floyd's case, the last 20 years of your life, you've trained your brain to be that kind of mentality of like, nobody can beat me. Doesn't matter, I'm the best, nobody can beat me, and then somebody's like, yeah, good one, I can beat you with one hand behind my back, and Floyd's like, oh, you think you can? Okay.
Especially when they're like, oh, he's a little older now, he can't do it out like
you start poking at him, and obviously it's very easy to tell Floyd can be provoked pretty easy, and he loves to come out and prove him wrong, and he does it. He's done it 50 times. He's pretty good at it. So, I mean.
But basically, I think the bottom line of this whole thing is. Like, let's not get hung up on what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. What's going to happen is we got a lot of possibilities for some good.
We got a lot of progress in this story. Like, we got a lot of possibilities.
Like, you can say it's going to be this, you can say it's going to be this. Basically, in the UFC, I can look at it like this: we don't have a good fight coming up for a while. They kind of code it with like these like nice little interesting stories that kind of get you to the next one. So we got this nice little like interesting story. Once one dies down, they have a new one that comes out, and it's like. Is Floyd Mayweather going to be in the UFC, or is this guy going to do this?
Yeah, that's another thing about these WME guys that bought the UFC. These guys, they will do whatever it takes to make the payday.
Yeah, they will do what I was talking about. Like, all right, we'll just put him in a little bit of headgear, and it'll be really controlled, like really.
They'll do whatever it takes. It's
like a very, very like controlled setting, like, and Floyd will agree to that. He won't get knocked out or anything that way.
He'll agree to it. He'll probably say like, let me help co-promote it and.
Yeah, exactly.
Get half the pay-per-view buys.
That's what I'm saying. These two guys, they don't mind like. All right.
Whatever makes the payday, they're in for it.
They'll like I'm saying like nerf the whole fight down. Wear headgear. You're on like a soft little mat. Like I could see Floyd doing that. Like very very controlled environment. Like
yeah.
The refs very like all right guys no doing holds no almost like kickboxing but like even more.
But I do think it's totally like it's not. Some people are saying it's out of the question. It'll never happen. It is.
That's kind of like I wouldn't say out of the question.
Yeah, it's definitely complete possibility. I think it is my opinion. I give it a 15 to 20% chance he fights in the UFC under some type of rule set.
5% chance he does like a standard everybody else type fight. 15 to 25% chance he does like anything whatsoever. Probably more than that actually.
I think boxing again.
Boxing again, I would not. Like I'm going to put it this way. I think he'll do something again.
Absolutely, he'll do something again. I think. I would be very shocked if we have seen Floyd Mayweather.
The man is 40 years old. He just beat Conor McGregor, the UFC's biggest star, and decisively beat him. He can still dunk a basketball. He's 40 years old. He's like 5'6".
Yeah.
The man is a different type of human. He could come back anytime he wants.
Like, I don't see how you look as good as you just did against Conor McGregor, and you're like, yep, I'm done now.
He was not winded whatsoever. He looked like he could just do another 10.
I don't see how you look that good and hang it up. I don't see how
he probably won't. That's why.
Yeah, you can't do it. Like, it's just not possible. So.
We probably want to wrap it up here soon, but yeah, it's just so interesting to have to talk about it.
I think I really want a discussion if you've stuck in this long, which has been a long time. We've been going for about 26 minutes now, so not quite that long.
Only Dalton's watching.
But if you are this long and you think this is interesting as us, we'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
We should have said that earlier in the video.
Yeah, we gotta start saying that at the beginning. We get way too excited and
we get way too into this.
But we definitely want to get a discussion going if you can. So comment below what you think, and tell your friends to watch the video if you've hung in this long. Tell them, say, listen to these guys' opinions or whatever. So
even if you don't like us, like listen.
Somebody hopefully will agree with us, or they'll disagree with us so bad they want to tell us about it, and we want that. We want it all.
We don't care what you think.
We want all the criticism. We want it all. So.
We don't care what you think. As in, we don't care which way you go, but we care that you're going to comment.
Yeah, we want to hear your opinion. We might disagree with it, we might agree with it, but we want to hear it. Definitely.
We will reply to your comment. We're very good about that. By the way.
Yeah, so thanks for listening if you stuck it out. Thanks for watching and everything on YouTube, following on Twitter. We appreciate the interaction with some people on Facebook and stuff, so thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.